Hello and welcome to the new episode of the Gianpaolo Cherubin Selections channel. Tonight's feature is a very special guest, Nancy Sabatini, who is an iconic figure in the Italian wine business. Well, I would say wine business in general, but her nickname is Italian Wine Lover because she likes the world to know that she is of Italian descent and she has a particular love for Italian wine. But as every person that is dedicated to their profession and to wine in general, you know, we tend to like good wines from all parts of the world,
yes,
right?
Yes, absolutely. So
tonight, Nancy, we have a menu basically with seafood. It's featuring seafood. Our first course is actually a ceviche prepared in the Peruvian style. It was a little bit of a challenge because this dish recalls for a certain chile called ricotta, and it's not easy to find. So I concocted 3 or 4 different peppers and made the tiger milk, which is necessary to make this dish. And
well, it smells
wild-caught
delicious.
cod.
Okay.
And so with this wine, you have picked 2 incredible wines. I think they're going to be great with it, but I also want to know your philosophy in picking wine and why you picked these 2. So we picked a Franciacorta from Corte Fusia. It's a Satin, so it's 100% Chardonnay, and Chasselas from Switzerland.
Yes. Well, when I tasted, well, of course, Franciacorta goes with everything as far as I'm concerned. And starting with bubbles is just a wonderful way and celebration of this beautiful meal that you give me. It's like a summer banquet that you have here for me. So I thought that...
That's just a start.
I know. I can't wait till it all comes. But I think that both of the wines will go really great with it. They're lightweight, they're floral. I get a lot of salinity in the Franciacorta. Yes. And so I think that will add a really great flavor to even the spiciness of the endive. So that would be really great. And then this little thing from Switzerland just kind of excites me.
Yes.
You know, it's from what I remember that this is only 2% of this wine is actually like exported from Switzerland. Yes. But everybody drinks it.
Yes.
And it's great at 10 a.m. in the morning, and it's great a second glass after that. And it's lightweight, it's floral, it's perfect for the hotter weather that we're having now.
And I find that it's just such a it's such a food wine, you know. It's what I call a gastronomical wine because it goes with so many things.
Right. And it's kind of a unicorn wine, if you will, because it's like you wouldn't walk into a regular store and find any kind of
you don't find Swiss wines.
No,
Period.
Right, exactly.
They're, you know, everybody is like, Switzerland?
Yeah, right.
They make wine?
Yeah.
I said, and they're delicious.
Yes, and they're not expensive. So
these wines are not.
So
but
this
they
can be, but this is why it's such a great wine, because it's so affordable.
Yes.
And it's kind of like a pop and pour wine, especially in the summertime in our warm weather that we're having right now.
And it's a screw cap, so that makes it even more
pop and pour.
and pour. Screw and pour.
So shall we?
Cheers.
Cheers. Bon appetit.
So our next course is a concoction.
It smells amazing.
It's risotto made with a special organic rice that I brought back from Portugal.
Oh.
From a grower in Alentejo that makes the small grain bomba, just like what they use for paella. But it is, and I absolutely love this rice. I have been using it for risotto, for paella, for many things.
Can you only get it in Portugal, or can you get it
It's
here?
not imported.
It's not, no.
Yeah,
okay.
unfortunately.
Okay.
And then we have cuttlefish, or sepie, we call it, right? Made the way my mom used to make it, with a twist. My tomatoes have been slow roasted for a very long time at low temperature. And then I make with herbs and some garlic, and then I make the sauce, and then it's all combined. And then we have some braised, also low baked, low oven fennel, which is also in the risotto.
Love fennel.
And the saffron, one of my best friends, Suzanne, just brought it back from Dubai. So it's Iranian saffron, which is supposed to be the best.
The best, yes, definitely.
So
and we're serving it with two amazing wines. You know, the Cersuolo Rosé and also a Barlino, which are lighter red wines that are perfect for this time of season. Chilled, a little bit of chill on them, so you know, it just brings out more of the fruitiness, I think. And I think it'll go great with this tomato base, right? So
but you know the difference, because I was always amazed when I was, especially when I first was fresh in this country, how tomato sauce here always tasted sweet to me. And then people would tell me they put sugar in it.
Absolutely.
I have never heard of that in Italy, ever.
No.
So, but then I also realized that the tomatoes here are very different.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, and I noticed that to make fresh tomato sauce, you can only do it from the middle to the late part of July through September.
Right, yes.
You know, where
because
in Italy...
they become so sweet.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
Where in Italy, they're good in May, June, you know, so the season is a lot longer.
Yeah.
And when they're ripe, they're just really good. But I find that when you get good tomatoes and you roast them at a low temperature, it brings out the sweetness. So you don't need
to have
anything.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So there's the sugar.
There's the sugar.
You don't need to add.
You don't need
sugar.
to add anything.
No.
Yeah.
So this looks absolutely. It smells amazing. It really does.
Well, let's dig in.
Yes. Cheers.
Cheers. And they're almost the same color. Look at that.
Yes.
One is supposed to be a
brighter.
rosé, one red, but they're
brighter.
almost the same color. Very nice. Well, Nancy, all good things come to an end, and we are at our finishing course, which is a cheese course.
Yes.
And with which we are having one wine from your ancestral place, so from Abruzzo region, and we're having Pecorino.
My favorite.
Yes. And we have one Pecorino cheese. This is actually like almost like a primo sale, but made with sheep milk. We have a French Sanagour blue, and then we have Taleggio. Of course, I will always have Taleggio because that is one of my favorite cheeses in the whole world.
Yes.
We have membrillo, so that's a typical Spanish thing to have with cheese, and some honey with truffles.
Sure.
And then the other wine you picked is the Swiss
Gamay.
Yes, so do you want to tell us why you picked these wines?
Well, the first time that I tasted the Pecorino, I just thought a perfect pairing, with cheeses. Let's do something a little different with dessert. Instead of it being sweet, we'll go with the salty characteristics, because the Pecorino just brings that flavors out in the cheeses. So it's one of my favorite white wines, not just because it comes from the fatherland, but because it is delicious, and it's more of a medium-bodied wine that goes with all kinds of pairing, and we can end with it, And this, again, going back to Swiss, just a unicorn kind of fun little wine, that you don't get to taste very often. It's very floral. I love the color. Really fresh and bright, and a wonderful way to clean your palate after those amazing dishes that you make.
Well, thank you very much. Yes, thank
really
you.
Great.
I think I love both of them. I wouldn't say I would have a favorite between the two. I will dabble one on each.
Take a little bit more.
A little bit on here, a little bit on there, and it's just fantastic.
Yeah, I think so.
And it would be fun to see which one pairs well with which cheese,
But cheers to a lovely evening.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
Gio, thank you so much for inviting me to your table and making this beautiful, beautiful dinner. It was a summer banquet. It really was. The wines were delicious. The experience was wonderful. It brought me back to Italy. And since we haven't been able to travel in such a long time, it seems like it really meant a lot to me.
Wow.
So the wines were perfectly paired. I thought everywhere that we went with whatever we had. Franciacorta was beautiful with the salinity. The cod was wonderful. The rosés were amazing. The Cerasuolo went perfect with the squid, or the cuttlefish, and the risotto I've never tasted.
Risotto made with Portuguese rice.
Right, saffron. Saffron so deliciously made. And then to end it with these exquisite cheeses that you have with wonderful, the Pecorino and the Gamay Rosé from Switzerland. So thank you very much. It really all
Thank
came
you
together.
for being part, really humbling, that you came and that you gave us the time, and your time, you gave me the graciousness of picking the wines, and talk about it. That means a lot. And cheers.
Cheers.
I drink to that. And if you like this, please subscribe. Subscribe. I always say that. And hopefully I will see more subscribers to my channel. Cheers.
Cheers.